Welcome to Recently Logged, where we can't remember our upload schedule and we make the same joke every week about it. Wow. Except for this time, we're a whole day late.
Okay, yeah. With quarantine going on, my day-to-day schedule was whack, so I didn't even realize that it was Monday.
Wow. Yeah, okay, so a little background on that Monday. Monday morning, I went out jogging for the first time. Like, for a morning run, if you will. Mm-hmm. And I died.
For the first time in his life.
R.I.P.
That was his first time. Oh my gosh, Robbie, you can see more Gary.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm Robbie, and that over there wearing pineapple shorts is Micah.
These are comfortable shorts.
Wow. So yeah, welcome to Recently Logged. This week we're doing
Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh yeah, baby.
Who would have thunk?
We're keeping up the franchise.
The franchise. We're 3 movies in.
Three movies
out of 8. Only 5 more after this.
And we've already peaked.
What? No, you are wrong. Anyway, at the moment, our like recently logged. So I don't know if you missed this because apparently Robbie missed this, and I'm not sure how.
What did I miss?
We were doing a combined list on Letterboxd.
Oh, where are we?
Combining our scores and then averaging out all of the Harry Potter movies. And at the moment, we have Chamber of Secrets in 1 and Philosopher's Stone in 2. So,
what? Wait, what? That should be the opposite.
I mean, yeah, no, the opposite of that.
I was like, hold on, Chamber of Secrets, yeah. I rated...
The opposite of that. Why? You know, I thought Chamber of Secrets in last, and then I said 1.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Philosopher's Stone, highest. Chamber of Secret, lowest right now.
All right. So, I guess we'll get right into the basic facts.
I suppose.
Wow.
All right. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is a 2004 film rated PG. It's 142 minutes. You guys all know the cast. It's directed by Alfonso Cuarón. It's written by... Cuarón.
Oh.
It's written by... The novel written by J.K. Rowling and the screenplay written by Steve Kloves. It was nominated for 2 Oscars. Oh, now it's got to load.
It was nominated really for fast. 2 Oscars.
Including Best Achievement in Music Written for Motion Pictures Original Score and Best Achievement in Visual Effects.
Rightfully so, man.
John Williams did the score for this, people.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So is that everything?
That's everything.
We've listed all of what scientists have been able to find out about this movie.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
What did you rate this movie, Robbie?
I once again am giving this movie 5 stars out of 5. That is, because 5 stars can be that can be taken very many different ways. 5 out of 100.
I rated 1,000. I rated this 3 stars.
Whoa. You're just doing this so it won't be the highest in the average, aren't you?
Well, that, and I don't think it's very good.
Wow.
I think it's good, but I don't think it's very good. I'll explain.
It's good, but it's definitely not good, Micah.
Exactly.
Wow. 5 might be a stretch, but this is like my favorite fantasy movie ever.
It's a stretch.
I would, more realistically, I would give it like a 4.5, but... I really love this thing.
All right. What are your basic thoughts on the movie?
Basic thoughts? Like I said, it's already... or like I already said. It's like I said, it is my favorite fantasy movie, so obviously I really like it. It's my favorite in the Harry Potter franchise, and it's directed by a director whose work I've liked so far, so I've only seen one other thing by him.
It was trash.
And it was so good. Micah, you need to watch it again. It wasn't as good as this.
It was really bad.
But it is good.
It was worse than this.
But I think overall, I don't know. I don't have too many like actual critiques of this other than ones that are story based. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. Like, I really love it. I think it's just about perfect. It just lacks a little bit in some areas.
Yeah. All right.
Fantastic directing, though.
Well, I think this movie is overhyped by literally everybody,
including me.
Yes. It's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. It's got some of the most influential stuff of the franchise in it. And it needed to be in this movie. This movie is super important, and if you watch this movie back to back with Chamber of Secrets, they seem like they're coming off of different worlds.
Bro, what if Chris Columbus had directed this?
Wait, I thought I rated this 3.5 anyway.
What do you mean? Just now you gave it 3.
Wait, no, but I gave it... I didn't want... I thought I gave it 3.5.
No, you slid it right to 3. I'm like, wow, gee.
No, I gave it 3.5 earlier. Whatever. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff done in here, like making actual locations and stuff, and doing a lot of things to humanize really this franchise. But I think the directing's fine, but it's not like that good of everybody overhypes this movie so much. Like, I've seen like 20,000 posts talking about how the mirror scene taking place in the mirror and then transitioning out of the mirror is the coolest thing in the world. And I mean, it
literally is the coolest thing in the world. It's
fine. Like, but
it's so cool.
But I don't think it really adds or changes much to the movie. I'm not a fan of the story. I'm not a fan of this book. And I don't know, this is just one of, like if I'm going to watch a Harry Potter movie, this is not it.
This is the one I would sit down and watch every time. if I had to turn on a Harry Potter.
Yeah, anyway, my rating was 3.5, I think, right?
I don't know.
Today.
Only you can answer that.
It was 3.5.
All right, well.
That's what okay. Yeah, 3.5.
All right, so, what do we want to get into next? I guess questions?
Questions.
Don't ask questions. Right. You don't want to know.
All right, what do you think this did to the franchise as a whole?
Just on the franchise narrative, we see the departure of Chris Columbus.
Bye-bye. Don't
Adios,
come back.
never come back. And then we get... Alfonso Cuarón working on this one, which I guess he was just coming on for one movie. Was that the original plan? I don't know.
Man, I've watched a lot of like documentary style videos about this series, and I think there was a lot of confusion at the time for this movie specifically, because originally Columbus was signed on to do all of the movies.
Yeah.
And then they weren't supposed to do this many movies or something, I think. And then they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do all of these," and he was like, "This is too much.
This is too much."
And he was like, then he got off, and they're like, "Oh crap, we need a director."
We need a director, in fact.
And they asked a lot of directors. I think they asked Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, no, they did.
They asked a lot of directors.
He said the franchise was too whimsical for him, and then this movie happened.
Right. And yeah. I think they got Alfonso, and I think it was kind of just like, hey, he's available, and he's the director who wants to do it.
Yeah.
So I think there was a lot of confusion on whether or not he would do the rest of them or not.
Okay.
It was a confusing time.
These are confusing times.
They just needed to pump out another movie. That was kind of the...
And they managed to pump out a masterpiece, Micah. I kid you not.
But yeah, anything else?
What do you mean? Like, how it affects the... Yeah. It definitely matures it a bit, which Chamber of Secrets did too. These movies do a good job of, as they progress on, maturing it a little bit more every time.
Yeah, the next one's Goblet.
This one's quite a big jump, though. This one's a lot darker than Chamber of Secrets.
And we don't just mean the theme.
Exactly. Like, the entire last, 40 minutes of this is just, completely
just getting you prepared for the rest of the franchise.
Yeah.
The next time you see color in the movie is in Half-Blood Prince.
Oh boy.
Or half movies, I should say. It's a
Yikes,
movie.
man. Half-Blood Prince. What even is that?
It's a masterpiece.
Is that a better film?
I think it's much more enjoyable than this.
You would say Boss Baby is much more enjoyable than this.
No, I
you?
wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, is that all you have to answer?
Yeah, that's just about it. I don't know. I don't usually think about mini franchise movies and like the overall narrative of the franchise. Really, the only time that happens with me is in this franchise.
Yeah.
So
I think this one was really, really impactful, and I'm really glad it happened, because if we would have kept the Chris Columbus route of movies,
oof.
I would be sad. And they just do it I can speak today. I cannot speak today though. They did a lot of really cool things in this movie that I wish almost they would have kept up for more of the movies. Like doing stuff like getting all of the kids to dress themselves. So like
Hogwarts feels like 10,000 times more real.
If you watch the first two movies for an explanation of this, you'll find that they're all in their uniforms and they're all like extremely
They look like they're gonna take a photo shoot for Hogwarts at any moment, like on the magazine. Yeah,
like kids would never be. And in this one, they were like, yeah, these are kids.
And they're literally a bunch of teenagers. They're not going to dress like that.
So if you watch this movie, and specifically, like, one of the best examples of it is the Buckbeak scene. You just see them all in their uniforms, but, like, I don't think some of these people knew how to tie a tie in any form of a way.
The ties.
But it really adds to like the elements of Hogwarts that we were missing, because like we said in our previous videos, Hogwarts in the first two movies feels a lot like a set, and it feels like these kids are like not like at a place but like on a set filming.
And dang, man, Azkaban literally makes Hogwarts feel so much more real than the first two movies do. It's kind of crazy.
They do a lot more outside, and that's really good. Like, actually, most of this movie is outside of Hogwarts. In the
outdoors.
And whenever they do go into Hogwarts, they show the path from outside into Hogwarts.
The geography, especially with how Cuarón shoots most of his scenes. He likes doing a lot of flowy one-take transitions for everything.
Yeah.
So it really helps flesh out the actual layout of Hogwarts a lot.
Because it actually looks like a place.
Yeah, it actually looks like a place we're traveling through.
It shows kids moving from place to place, and it shows that it's a place.
Yeah, that's one thing with the way Alfonso chose to shoot a lot of this movie is a lot of the flowiness and lack of cuts a lot of times. I didn't realize how much it didn't cut until this last time when I was watching for it, because it only is like maybe twice a scene. Mm-hmm. Most of it is just panning and like turning and everything like that to see everything. Yeah. And it makes it feel a heck of a lot more immersive than the first two movies do.
Yeah, no, I don't like the way the first two movies were shot really at all.
It's so Chris Columbus traditional Hollywood way of shooting movies.
It's very like, oh, there it is. But anyway, do you have a question?
I believe I do, actually. Take a moment to swallow my sip of coffee. How do you feel if you could get someone else to direct this? Do you think you would?
No, I really don't. For a movie like this, as much as like I think the directing is great. I don't think it's like top tier directing, but I think the directing is great, and Alfonso made a lot of these decisions I'm talking about. A lot of these decisions that affected the franchise for like the rest of the franchise. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think anybody else could have done this movie like he did it, and I'm glad for that, because I think it was really important for the franchise.
3 stars.
3.5. 3.5.
Okay, I just figured I'd ask. No, I wouldn't have anyone direct. I wouldn't have anyone else to direct this.
So I had a thought while watching, and this isn't really a question as much as like a comment on my thought.
All right.
I was thinking about this while I was watching it towards the end. I was like, I think this is the least magical of the Harry Potter films.
Really?
Like
in what way?
Yeah. You gotta.
Yeah.
explain in
Okay.
what
I was
way.
like, hold on. This thing is
magical in like a way that it's Harry being like finding magic and being like, oh, this is cool. Like every movie has a moment except for arguably I would say this one.
What about the Deathly Hallows movies?
Yeah, even there, like riding the dragon, and actually, part one might not wait.
Yeah,
part one has, doesn't part one have the whoop thing?
The whoop thing.
I don't remember what it's the Deluminator.
Yes, the Deluminator. I'm like, what?
It's like whoa.
All right, okay. So this one has the least amount of Harry being like, woo, I didn't know about that.
And especially coming off of the first two, I feel like this one is just like the most. That's more the way to put it. The most non-show-offy in the magic.
No, the magic feels so natural in this movie.
The magic is very just there, and the story is being told, and the magic is just part of that.
Dang, man.
It's not like they're telling a story and then Harry's like, oh, magic.
That's a wizard's chess.
That's a wizard's chess. I don't know.
Did you want a wizard's chess moment in this?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, Deathly Hallows especially is probably the best thing to debunk my statement earlier.
Yeah, I was about to say
because Deathly Hallows is just depression in a bottle, but like darn good depression.
Darn good cinematic depression. That's
so,
La La Land, Micah.
We'll get to that. Do you have any more questions?
No, Micah, we're finishing the podcast.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
The podcast is over.
Turn it off.
Well, how do you feel?
How do I feel?
How do you feel about how desaturated this one is compared to the first two? Like, it definitely is desaturated.
Yeah, no, but I think it's fine. I think it works fine. I think it's definitely a good aesthetic change as the movies got, like, because this is a significant jump. From Chamber of Secrets to this. These feel like, not like completely different worlds, like a Chamber of Secrets to like Deathly Hallows jump. But it's a significant jump, and I think the color change is a good way to be like, yeah, these movies are gonna, like, you know, get more serious. Now, I'm not saying that they should have just, like, left the desaturation button on for the rest of the franchise. Especially the Deathly Hallows, where you can see almost nothing if you have a bad TV.
Yeah. The Deathly Hallows, boy, yikes. We'll get to those.
I think they're good movies, but man, they are dark and not just the stuff that happens in them.
Is this the one of the only ones that doesn't have anything to do with Voldemort or one of the Horcruxes?
This is one of the only ones that
Maybe that's why I like it.
Because the first one is Voldemort, like, just first, like, Harry finding out about Voldemort and him trying to come to life with the Philosopher's Stone.
Then the diary,
which was a Horcrux, and we have young Voldy.
And then we got Gary Oldman in this one.
Sirius, and technically, in a roundabout way, this is a very important plot point leading to him coming back.
You just don't directly deal with Voldemort.
Because without Peter Pettigrew coming out, then Voldy wouldn't come back in the next movie.
Pettigrew?
Yeah, then the next movie he comes back. It's in the movie after that.
Yeah.
They fight him for the first time, really.
Goblet.
Then the movie after that, they I don't think Half-Blood Prince has anything to do with Voldemort.
It's like, I don't think Half-Blood Prince has anything to do. It doesn't have anything to do with anything.
It's a rom-com, okay? I don't think... Well, I'll have to confirm that when we watch it, when we get to that, but I don't think it has anything to do with Voldemort, and I think it's the only other one.
Well, there you go. Maybe that's why it's my favorite, Micah. Those are my two favorite Harry Potter movies for a reason.
All right.
Maybe I'm just not a Voldemort guy.
I mean, fair enough. Like, Voldemort is very hit or miss.
Like, I just, Like, every time I see something related to Voldemort, I'm like, ugh. I'm so tired. What was I doing? What was I saying?
What were you saying?
What was I saying?
What were you saying?
I was saying something. Do you have another question?
I do.
Wow.
What's your favorite scene or sequence?
Scene or sequins, Micah?
Sequence.
Like the little plastic beads?
Yes, like the little plastic beads.
Okay. Well, if there were sequins in this movie, I would be able to tell you, but I can't, because there's not, that I know of anyway. I don't know, man. There's so many. Like, can I just say the entire movie is my favorite scene?
No.
I don't know. There's so many good ones. Probably not. Actually, Hogsmeade might be my least favorite. I'm not a big, you know.
You didn't like Hogsmeade?
Not a big Hogsmeade guy in this anyway. But if I had to pick a favorite, it might. It's so hard to choose. I like so much of this movie. Maybe Defense Against the Dark Arts class in this. It's a fun time.
Oh wait, favorite, right?
Favorite. Like the Defense Against the Dark Arts class session in this movie is some peak.
For some reason, I thought you were talking least favorite. I was like, what?
It's like the peak of this movie, man. It's so good.
Yeah, but I don't think it being in a mirror adds anything.
Who knows what it means, Micah?
I don't think
only Alfonso knows what it means.
I don't think it adds anything to the.
All right. Do you have a favorite scene, Micah? I was gonna originally say the Toad Choir.
Toad Choir.
Because Toad Choir.
The Toad Choir is
top essential.
Tier.
It's essential film, is what it is.
Do I have a favorite scene? A scene I love.
What scene do you love, Micah?
Oh, is it my favorite though? I don't know. I really like the shrieking shack scene when they're inside and it's the Peter Pettigrew reveal and everything. I really like that scene.
That scene, it feels like one of those detective movies where, where there's that scene like in Knives Out.
But I also really like almost any scene with Lupin. Lupin's great.
Yeah,
in this movie.
Lupin,
underused in the franchise.
Some good stuff. See, Micah?
But
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
Wow.
But yeah, it's either the Shrieking Shack. I can't speak today.
Or Hogsmeade, Mike.
Shrieking Shack or Lupin teaching Harry how to do his Patronus.
Ooh, that's a good one. I always forget that scene's there, and then it comes on, and I'm like, wow. what a nice little scene.
All right, Robbie, do you have any questions?
I think there's, I don't know. I don't know. Do you have any more questions before
do I have any more questions?
That's why I'm asking. Oh, I do actually have one.
Listen to it.
Is this your favorite Quaron movie?
Yes.
Aw.
You think I'm gonna like Gravity more than this?
Well, yeah, I guess that's fair. But Gravity's so good.
No, it's
you
not.
You should watch it again.
And it's not better than that.
Plus, it has what's his face? George Clooney in it.
Yeah, but he dies in the first 2 minutes.
No, he doesn't. He dies in like the first.
It was like,
20
let me tell you a story
about New Orleans.
About New Orleans. You already told that story, Clooney.
And then we never get to hear.
And then we never hear the freaking story. And I'm mad, Alfonso. I'm still mad.
Wow.
Favorite, best, and only character in that movie, and you kill him off extremely fast.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, spoilers for Gravity.
Spoilers for Gravity. Jeez, it's not even that old of a movie. Do I have that on DVD?
No, we have it digitally. I don't think you own a physical copy.
Yeah, it's right there.
You do?
Right next to Gone with the Wind.
Well, we have it digitally.
How do you think we got it digitally, Mike?
You bought it digitally?
I bought a DVD and it just so happened to have a digital code inside.
What do you think of?
I bought it used too.
What do you think of like the friendship in this movie? Because I always am interested to see the way the friendship between the three main characters is played from movie to movie.
You know, I quite like it in this.
And this is right before a lot of drama, friend
Oh boy.
wise.
Yeah, no, I don't know. There's nothing especially special, I would say, about this one.
I think there's a lot of guys being dudes.
Yeah,
in this
there's a
one.
lot more guys being dudes in this one, and Hermione's just kind of there.
Yeah, Hermione definitely has less of a role in this one. Like she comes in and she's like, "I have the time turner," which I hate. The time turner, not that she comes in
Dang,
with
like
it.
you just hate Hermione now.
No, yeah, I hate Hermione Granger.
Wow.
Worst character.
Worst character in the franchise.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I don't like the. Actually, that's a good question. What do you think of the time turner?
Well, I hadn't gone over the friendship thing yet, Micah.
Yeah,
so
you
I
did.
think
You were
we'll
like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say they don't emphasize the friendship as much in this one. They just kind of are like friends, like
Yeah.
they don't spend too much time on it.
Yeah, it's not like the inseparable trio in this.
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Where in the first two movies, they're definitely like, haha, we're a team.
We're a team. which I think actually it actually shows a little bit more of like a little bit of what the books have, because in the books, and it's not communicated very much in the movies, Ron and Harry are best friends.
Yeah.
They're friends with Hermione, but Ron and Harry are best friends. And they very much communicate that in the book.
Yeah.
So if anybody's going to be hanging out with each other, it's Ron and Harry, and Hermione's going to be off taking every class
Known to man.
known to man. Not even physically possible, but just known to man.
Can't be in two places at once.
Come on, Ron. You can't be in two places at once.
But what do I think of the time turner?
Yeah.
Is a little plot convenience-y, sure, but it has I don't mind it. I'm like kind of indifferent to it. It's cool looking a lot of the time, like the way it functions in the movie I like, I
Yeah.
guess, but
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the concept of it overall.
Yeah. Neither am I. It's interesting though, because I don't mind the end of the movie. Like I don't mind everything that takes place, and I think that's cool. Everything that takes place in the time turner. But for some reason, every time I get to there in the movie, I'm like,
You just tune out.
the movie's still going on. Like every time, and I don't know why that is. Maybe like the time right before that, I guess, is like the most boring part. I guess I don't know,
Is it?
but I don't know. Like what happens right before they use
Right
the time
before
turner?
the time turner, like all the werewolf stuff happens. And
Oh yeah, I find that stuff boring.
Oh.
I really don't like the werewolf stuff.
Dang.
I would have been fine if Lupin never turned into a werewolf.
Well, J.K. Rowling wouldn't have been fine, Mike.
I don't know. I just find like by the time it gets to the time travel, I'm just like, is the movie over?
Is the movie.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know why.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. Like, honestly, I'm not going to defend the time turner.
What do you think of the map, Robbie, the Marauders map?
It's got the best musical motif in the movie.
Why wasn't this used in the cover?
Dude, the musical motif for the map. It's so good. Literally, like, this entire score is one of my favorite scores, like, just ever.
The score is really good. If you're going to listen to a Harry Potter score, this is the first one to balance not just all like, oh, and not just like,
This one's so good. It's so playful and so mysterious.
This is probably, in my opinion, the best score of the franchise.
I would definitely say so. See, look, Micah, best movie, best score.
No, like
Best director.
medium tier movie, definitely not best director. Medium tier movie, medium tier director.
How dare you?
Top tier score.
How dare you? Oof, yawning.
What else? What else do we talk about? What else can we talk about?
I don't know. I was thinking about going into my closing thoughts.
So soon, Robbie?
Is it that soon? I mean, I was wanting to make this one kind of shorter. But you know,
I mean, like, it's
we've been over an hour for the
it's
past
fine
like
if we make them shorter
the
as
past
long as
couple
there's
weeks. Oh my
nothing
gosh, I
else.
forgot about divination lady,
Divination lady.
who is so much funnier in the books. I will say
That's true. She's just weird in this.
she's completely underused in this movie. I will say that. Like, because I haven't read all the books, guys. I'm a fake fan,
Yeah,
but
I
I
haven't read
did
all
read
of them.
this one, and she is absolutely bonkers in the book.
She really is. Yeah, if I had access to them, I probably would have read the rest, but I've only read up to Azkaban because that's all we had access to.
Dang, man. She was underused. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I wish they would have gone more into because one of the funniest things in the book was who got the death, the Grim this year.
The Grim this year.
Because the whole joke is that she gives it to one student every year.
Right. And it's interesting because, like, obviously they're like, Alfonso probably wanted to leave that out because it's supposed to be like, oh, maybe
He
Harry
makes it
does.
feel,
Maybe he does have the Grim.
Yeah, he makes it feel very like, oh no, Harry's gonna die.
It references it multiple times
Yeah.
in the storm and just with Sirius in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Symbolism. Symbolism. Wow. Micah is Peter Pettigrew confirmed best side character.
Confirmed worst character in anything ever.
Confirmed worst character to ever exist.
Yes.
A finger.
A finger.
Oh my god.
And Scabba's missing a toe? Oh, yes, but and what was all that they found of Peter Pettigrew? A finger.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Gary
12
Oldman. I did my waiting. 12 years at Azkaban.
Oh my gosh. Talk about Gary Oldman, man.
Gary Oldman best
confirmed best role Gary Oldman has ever played.
Honestly, probably.
Yikes. Commissioner Gordon, Gary Oldman. What was happening? What happened?
Commissioner Gordon, Gary Oldman is something else. Like it's actually whack if you watch Gary Oldman in the Dark Knight trilogy.
How has Gary Oldman gotten so many roles, Micah?
I don't know.
How did it happen?
Let's see, he's been an actor in...
Who is he bribing?
Right?
Because I don't think he's a bad actor. Don't take it the wrong way,
But like he's
guys.
Gary Oldman.
But he's Gary Oldman. Who's gonna cast
Actor
Gary Oldman
in 103 Things? Oh, he's in The Woman in the Window. That looked interesting.
Wow. There you go, Micah.
Anyway.
Just dead silent. Yes. Podcast.
Do I have anything else? Any comments? Anything for the trolley?
Anything from the trolley news?
Man, it's hard to. I think really the way I look at this movie, I'm not a fan of watching it. I really am not, and I don't know why.
It makes me sad.
But this is probably, in my opinion, like the most important movie in this half of the franchise.
Bro, what's after this? Order of the Phoenix?
No, Goblet.
Wow.
Goblet of Fire, Order of Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows Part 1, Deathly Hallows Part 2.
Oh, dang. Well, look forward to Goblet of Fire.
That's going to be an interesting time.
Oh, yeah. We completely forgot new Dumbledore in this one.
Oh, yeah. He's so unimportant in this movie, you almost forget about him.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the whole time turner business, he would have no reason to be in this movie.
Dumbledore is very unimportant in this movie, which is like the only movie he's very unimportant.
Yeah. Because it doesn't have much to do with Voldemort.
I guess even the next movie, he's not very important.
Well, Goblet of Fire, he's
just running the Goblet.
No. He shows Harry all of the memory pool. And everything
yeah. I forgot about that. Then never mind.
Yeah, no, I'm like,
I forgot about the memory pool stuff. He's like, Harry, this is
because that's how they discover Moody and such.
This is very important. Stick your head in this pool, Harry.
Stick your head in this pool, Harry.
You may see something interesting.
Oh my god. Ooh, but Mad Eye is in the next movie.
Mad Eye is fun.
All right, it's worth it then.
And Malfoy ferret version.
Ferret Malfoy. Okay, so while I was designing the episode art for next week, or not next week, the week after.
The goblet.
I looked up Ferret Malfoy, and apparently there's like a mini cult in the fandom surrounding Malfoy as a ferret.
Hey, if I let's just put it this way: if I ever do get a ferret, which I wouldn't mind getting a ferret,
You're gonna get a white one.
I may or may not name it Malfoy.
Wow. All right. Well, let's get into closing thoughts, I guess.
I think those were my closing
okay.
thoughts.
Like I said, favorite Harry Potter movie. I think probably best score, some of the best costuming in the franchise, a lot of the best cinematography. It's got really good pacing, really good storytelling, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the story. That's really the main thing. Like the actual plot line, I'm not as big of a fan of. But yeah, no, I really like it. 5 stars. Probably a more realistic 4.5, but you know. Is that it, Micah?
I mean, yeah. Do I have anything else to add? 3.5 stars. It's influential to the franchise.
That's it?
I'm not a huge fan of watching it, even though I think it
Do you
has
like
some,
the idea of watching it, Micah?
the idea, sure. I'm like, oh yeah, this is in it.
It's a good movie.
That's in it. Oh yeah, and Tom Felton actually gets punched in the face.
Yeah.
In this one.
Everyone was cheering.
Tom Felton is like such a fun guy. I don't know. I've never met him in real life, but like in all of the stuff, all of the behind the scenes for these movies, and all of the interviews I've seen with him, like everybody loves Tom Felton. But he was like, yeah, if you need to make this punch look good, you can just punch me.
You can just punch me in the face.
You could actually punch me.
Wow.
And apparently she did.
I mean,
like that's commitment. Like as much as I hate Malfoy, Tom Felton, love that guy.
I can see why there's like a weird cultish following for him in the Harry Potter fan base.
But Malfoy's the worst.
Yeah, Malfoy is kind of the worst. Actually, he is the worst.
I don't know why people are like, oh, but Malfoy is great. When
he's not.
When he like is actually the worst and consistently calls Hermione
a racial
slur
in the franchise.
Everybody's like, yeah,
Malfoy rocks, bro.
He's misunderstood.
I'm like, what the heck?
You're like, but
he's literally the worst.
Where is his one redeeming element? Show me his redeeming element.
He can be kind of quirky, I guess.
Like, sure, he didn't want to full on join Voldemort's army, but he's not a good person.
But even then, like, yikes.
He didn't want to kill Dumbledore, but who would? No, just because you don't want to become a murderer.
Yeah, he just didn't want to kill anyone. He was just a selfish person.
He'll break Harry's nose. He'll call people racial slurs. He'll be literally the worst person ever. And people will be like, but he didn't kill Dumbledore.
Am I right?
Anyway, that was my 2 cents on Malfoy.
All right. Well, on that note, let's go over
what we
watched this week.
Whoa.
Starting on the 11th, baby.
Starting on the 11th?
Well, that's when we released JoJo.
All right. Okay. Wait. Did we talk about this?
Do you just want to start after?
Did we talk about this stuff?
No, we didn't. Because remember, we recorded JoJo a while back, and then we released it.
So
on its regular date.
10th would be
10th forward.
Something that we haven't talked about.
10th would be something we haven't talked about. I don't know what you watched on the 10th. I only watched stuff on the 11th forward.
I watched the Parks and Rec special on the 10th. I gave it 2.5. I'm not going to do much because it's extremely new and I'm not going to spoil anything.
Yeah, and I haven't seen it at all.
It's fine. It needed to be more scripted.
Oh, is it just a lot of improv stuff?
It's a lot of just them just like being like, here's a character. Remember this?
Remember that?
And it's just all of like the very like, oh yeah, you liked our characters.
Remember Parks and Rec? Good times.
And I don't know, it was very disappointing in that thing. Like it didn't have a story. It was just
sad.
kind of them hopping around. Like
was it at least entertaining?
It was fine. It had some funny jokes, but the whole basis of the thing was that, virus was going around, they were all quarantined, and they had Leslie started a call chain thing where you, like, every day you would call a person and then they would call a random, like, the random choice of the next person in line.
Interesting.
And it would go around. So it didn't really have any
like reason to exist.
Yeah, it was just kind of them talking. So with that, it was just kind of like, oh, there was their character.
There they are. All right. Well, I'm planning on watching it sometime.
And then on the 11th, Robbie,
we watched the greatest dang movie known to man.
I mean, it's a darn good movie. Darn good, not greatest, but darn good.
Chris McQuarrie, you've done it.
Right?
Dang, man. All right. Mission Impossible Fallout, baby.
Oh, the best Mission Impossible. And I will take another.
Yeah, I guess. I'll say that. Pretty confidently.
Like Mission Impossible, the first one is a classic. It's great. I will never deny it that it's
Dang,
great.
man. The first Mission Impossible is so good.
But
it's unprecedented.
Mission Impossible is like non-stop fire of a Mission Impossible movie.
Wow.
I don't know how to describe this movie, but go watch it if you haven't.
Yeah, man.
Like,
is it required watching Micah?
Yeah.
For you to be a fan of recently locked?
And
didn't we do Fallout? Yeah, we did a Fallout episode. Go listen to that. It's in season 1.
And man, Walker. Yeah. Wow. No spoilers.
Yeah. What'd you give it, Micah?
I gave it 4.5. It's still not there for 5. I wish it was.
It's not quite there.
But we talk about it in our podcast episode why we didn't quite give it 5.
I don't know if my opinion has really changed much since then, which is kind of sad. I feel like I should grow a little bit more.
Then on the 12th, did you watch anything?
I did, but I also watched something on the 11th.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Searching.
I forgot to log Searching. Oh boy!
All right, yeah. So
what day was that? The 11th.
I think.
Searching.
Yeah.
Dang it! It was so late. I guess I just forgot. It was like 2 by the time Searching was over.
Yeah, how would that timeline work? Okay, so we must have watched Mission Impossible Fallout on the 10th and then logged it on the 11th because it was so late. We did. And then we watched Searching on the 10th or on the 11th.
So this was May 11th, right?
Yes.
Okay.
May of 2020, the 11th.
There we go. It's thrown in there.
So yeah, Searching. It's good.
I rated it 4 stars.
I rated it 4.5.
I don't know.
Dang, man.
There's something like it's so good.
It's so.
We did a podcast episode on this
once again.
In fact, we
got a nice lineup of movies we've done podcast episodes on.
Our sister hadn't seen this movie.
Yeah.
And she doesn't like movies very much, but this one is short and
she likes crime. Yeah. She likes crime dramas. So
this was cool. It's a fun movie. It's really cool that it does what it does, but I don't know. It's not there for 4.5.
Really?
Yeah.
It grows on me every time I watch it. I really love this movie.
I want him to make another movie.
Anish Chaganty is currently working on. He's working on something.
It was called like Run or Escape or something. I don't know.
Run. Yeah.
That was great.
Wow. All right. Yeah, I gave it 4.5. If you want to hear our extended thoughts, go listen to our episode on it.
The next thing I watched on the 12th, which you did not watch, is something I want to do a podcast episode on.
We should do a podcast episode on that.
The Adventures of Tintin.
Much to dissect
4.5
when it comes to that movie.
4.5 stars, man. I love this movie. This is one of my favorite animated movies.
Wow.
Just listen to some of the people who worked on this movie. Steven Spielberg directing, John Williams doing the score, Peter Jackson producing. I didn't know that. Edgar Wright was in the writing room. We got Andy Serkis, Daniel Craig, Nick Frost, Simon Pegg. Like, this movie, it could have been better. I'll give it that. I wish it was better.
Yeah.
4.5 is honestly a little generous.
From what I remember of it, 4.5 is a bit generous.
I think the solid rating is probably 4, but I love this movie. It's right up my alley. And, like, I watched this, like, in Redbox when I was, like, 10 or something.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And it was great. I don't know. That was
I didn't like it that much back then, man.
You weren't there when I first watched it.
Or when you first watched it? I guess not. But I didn't like it the first time I watched it that much.
No,
I remember that.
I fell in love with it, you know?
Wow.
And it's really what sparked my love for movies like Indiana Jones and...
How dare you.
And my love for, like, Uncharted and stuff like that.
Wow. Was the first adventure movie, Micah?
Yeah, and National Treasure.
Baby's first adventure movie.
National Treasure was my first adventure movie, but this is the one that really sold me. That doesn't count. Okay, anyway, also on the 12th.
We watched the cinematic masterpiece that was the opening episode for this season.
Yeah. John Mulaney and the Sack. Lunch.
Bunch. Wow. Basically, the reason I'm still on this earth today.
Oh my gosh. 4 stars. Go listen to our episode. I don't really have too much to add.
Dude, it's
funny.
If you don't want to watch the whole thing, just go pull up the either the white lady crying,
standing on the street
just sobbing, or pull up Bamboo 2 Bamboozled, the kids panel scene.
Exactly. Or, okay, 3 options if you just want to watch a segment. No, 4 options.
Oh my gosh.
Bamboozled.
Yeah.
Googie.
Oh, yes! The Googie segment is so good.
Music Man.
Oh, okay.
And I saw a white lady standing on the street.
How did I forget about Jakey? How did I forget about Jakey, Micah?
I don't know.
He literally saved cinema in this film.
I mean, he really did, if you think about it.
Single-handedly.
All right, anyway. On the 13th... oh, wait, you watched something else on the 11th?
Oh, Micah.
Whoa.
I'll have you know. Bold of you to assume.
Bold of me, I guess. Of course, I watched, like, the next 4 movies without you.
All right, so. I watched The Mystery of the 13th Guest, a 1943 mystery movie.
And how was this? Was this the birth of cinema?
I rated it 2.5. It has... some fun stuff, I guess.
She kind of looks like Amy Adams.
Wow. But it's really just lacking in a sense of drive, and a lot of the time the pacing is just awful.
Yeah.
But, you know, it had some fun times, I guess.
Speaking of awful pacing.
I know.
You know what I watched on the 13th?
What did you watch, Micah?
House at the End of the Street. Not even The House.
Dude, I watched the beginning of that movie.
This
looked like a wild time.
We got Jennifer Lawrence in it.
Oh boy.
This movie is straight trash.
Straight trash?
It's
you
not
gave it a
straight
3
trash.
out of 10.
No, I gave it 1.5. The problem with it, and the reason I gave it as low as I did, is that it's so painfully mediocre that it has
like
no
Incredibles
redeeming
2. Like Incredibles 2.
Exactly.
Just painfully mediocre.
Everything about it is kind of meh, and I think the story's kind of stupid. And it's just really bad. Don't watch it. Would not suggest.
Go watch Hunger Games instead.
Go watch anything else.
If you want to watch something with Jennifer Lawrence, go watch the first Hunger Games movie.
Go watch Catching Fire.
No, the first one.
Go watch Catching Fire. It's rated higher on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's better.
Rotten Tomatoes is, of course, the end-all in all.
Did you watch anything else? Should I just go into all the rest?
No, I didn't watch anything
then on the
other than
14th,
Azkaban.
Then on the 14th, I watched First Man.
Damien Chazelle!
I gave it 4.5.
My man.
This is a good space movie. Like, there are some good space movies, and this is one of them.
Micah, is Damien Chazelle your favorite director?
No. And we got Ryan Gosling being Ryan Gosling, being kind of a jerk, but a lovable jerk.
A lovable jerk.
You all know Ryan. You know him.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lovable jerk.
Go watch this one.
Kind of a jerk.
Go watch La La Land. It's better, but First Man's good.
Good stuff.
Then I watched Back to the Future, also on the 14th.
Oh, yeah.
And I rated it 5 stars.
I don't know about that.
This movie... I don't know. This is like...
I don't know about 5
This has
stars.
no faults.
Was it the birth of cinema, Micah?
It's really good. I don't know how it's so good. It's just darn good. I think it's the only Robert Zemeckis film that I'll ever even consider giving 5 stars.
Do I need to watch it again, Micah, so I can
You
give
do.
it 5
Like,
stars?
I don't know why you don't
I've seen
like
it twice now. I just
It's
don't
so
like
good.
it.
Like, and the screenplay is great. The only part where I'm just kind of meh with it is when they're trying to get, like, right at
Back
the end.
to the Future.
Right as they're getting back to the future. Like, the whole clock tower stuff. I'm like, this is kind of way too long. But that's it.
That sequence goes on forever,
That is the
man.
only thing I don't like about Back to the Future.
I don't know, man. It just doesn't... I don't vibe with it, you know?
I don't know.
Like, it's one of the few Spielberg movies that I'm like, eh.
It's not
Or wait.
Spielberg, it's Zemeckis.
Wait, did he not have a hand in creating that one?
I think he was a producer.
Yeah, he was the producer on it. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah?
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 He was the producer.
Okay. I was like,
Along with Kathleen Kennedy, who's the producer
Oh,
on, like,
boy.
literally every movie ever created.
Kathleen Kennedy, producer for every movie.
Just in case you didn't know.
Wow. Put that on your resume.
And then on the 17th,
17.
I watched a movie
17.
for the first time.
You watched a movie for the first time? This is the first time he's ever watched a movie, guys.
I watched The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly for the first time.
Wow.
1966.
Was it the birth of cinema?
It was
Micah?
really surprisingly good.
What did you expect?
I don't know. I don't know what I expected. It was actually good.
It's literally one of the most famous westerns ever made.
And like a lot of it's funny. It's way funnier than I thought it would be, and I don't know if it's purposefully funny. I really
Oh, no.
don't. I feel like it has to be. Like there's one scene where cannons are firing and it does like a straight 20 seconds of just zooming, like doing a crash zoom on just cannons firing. Just like for like so long. It's hilarious. You have Tuco talking to a chicken he just killed, and he's holding up its little head and he's like, "You don't have any friends."
Wow.
I don't know. This is just a really funny movie.
So it was the birth of cinema, is what you're trying to say?
I think it might
Micah?
have been the birth of cinema, and I look forward to watching the rest of this guy's movies. I want to watch
Wow.
Once Upon a Time in the West, Fistful of Dollars, and a few dollars more, maybe, depending on if a Fistful of Dollars is good.
What about Once Upon a Time in America?
Eh.
Micah's
Sure.
like, I'd watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood instead.
It's a gangster movie, so I don't know.
All right.
Maybe.
Fair enough.
Maybe. I might watch it.
All right. Well, I guess.
And then I watched Azkaban.
Yeah, we watched Azkaban. So we're right around the hour mark.
This is like we're like 10 minutes behind.
Yeah. But we're getting close to the hour mark.
Anyway, yeah.
So
I
we're
think
gonna call it an episode.
This was a good time.
Good talk.
Good talk. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
You can like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications.
Only if you're listening on YouTube. Which, in that case, what are you doing listening on YouTube? Go listen.
A lot of our audience is on YouTube.
Listen to
Shut up.
Listen to a podcast on a real podcast platform.
Shut up. We have most of our listens on YouTube.
You guys need to get some culture.
Oh my gosh.
Get an RSS downloader for Pete's sake.
I listen to podcasts on YouTube.
Get some culture.
Anyway,
Go and find some talent. Have a great trip.
next week we should be normal schedule.
Yes.
I don't think we'll have any guests.
Yes. No, probably not.
Yeah. Next week, average normal week, no Harry Potter.
Who knows what we'll do? We don't even know what we'll do. Hey, if you guys have a movie that you want us to do,
DM us.
just DM it to us. As long as it's not rated R. And
Twitter,
actually, you can go on the website
Twitter, Instagram,
RobbieGrayway.com/recently
Facebook, even if you're on that sort of thing.
And we have a little email section where you can just type in the name of the movie and send it to us.
DM us. Give us a movie suggestion and we might do it.
Yeah. Oh, and Connor, if you're listening to this, I have not forgotten about Matilda. We are just kind of going in a weird spot right now. So
yeah, and I don't think we have Matilda.
No, we do not. We do not currently have access to it. So, yes. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Do we need to do a quote?
Oh, quote.
Did you already find one, Micah?
No, I forgot about that.
Dude, what about the spider?
Okay, do you want to be Ron or Harry?
I'll be Ron.
Oh, really?
Yeah, sure. All right, what's my line? What's my line?
You have 2 lines.
Spiders. The spiders. They want me to tap dance. dance. I don't want to tap dance.
You tell those spiders, Ron.
Yeah. I'll tell them.
And then he sleeps. Man, cinema. That scene is cinema.
That scene, I wonder if Kieran had to fight to get that in there. On the editing floor, like smacking down, like we have to have this.
It adds nothing.
We have to have the spiders
thrown in there, but it's amazing.
It's so, like I said, the characters in this movie.
You tell them, bro.
You tell those spiders. All right, bye guys.
Bye.